Hello and welcome to Season 3 of Meet the Drapers, Brand Accelerator. Every week, 3 entrepreneurs pitch their startups to the Drapers and a VIP guest judge. Every episode, the judges declare a winner to move on to the semifinals.
And the winner is...
But here's the twist. You, the viewer, can invest in any and all of these startups. Like a company? Go to meetthedrapers.com and invest in their live crowdfunding campaign, and you can bring them back for the season finale.
The crowd is voting in 3 of our finalists.
This is your shot to invest like a venture capitalist. Now, let's make some money.
Welcome to Meet the Drapers. I'm Tim Draper. I'm a venture capitalist and also helped start Draper University. To my right is my father, Bill Draper, a pioneering venture capitalist who then created venture philanthropy with DRK Foundation. And to my left is Polly Draper, famous actress, also a director, producer, and writer of many really interesting movies and TV shows. And we have 2, count them, 2 guest judges today. Asra Needham and Juan Acosta run Draper University. They're going to tell you all about what it's like to accelerate entrepreneurs, to accelerate people, and drive them to do extraordinary things. Asra, Juan, thanks for coming on to the show.
Thank you for having us. This
Great.
is exciting.
So tell us about Draper University and what you've done and how it's going.
So what we do at Draper University is a 5-week entrepreneurship program, and that program not only helps them accelerate who they are as people and turn these ordinary, amazing humans into superheroes, but also gives them access, which is one of the biggest things that you need as a startup. It gives them access to some of the brightest minds and some of the best capital that they can access in Silicon Valley.
Terrific. And Juan,
Yes.
You run the product. Tell us about that.
It's a fantastic program, Tim. You were the one that created the vision for it, and Azra said it right. We turn humans into heroes. That's what we're all about. So we ignite people, we accelerate ideas, and we do that by igniting the entrepreneurial spirit. And one really interesting thing that we do is we invest in some of these awesome people. And what's great about that is that we get to live with them for 5 weeks. Unlike any other venture firm or venture ecosystem out there, we really get to know the entrepreneurs.
So let me get a few of the numbers straight. About 1,200 students.
Yes.
They've come from
81 different countries.
81 different countries.
Yes.
They've started 350 companies?
We're at 362.
Okay,
after the last batch.
362 companies.
They've raised over $220 million in venture funding altogether.
Wow.
And give us a few examples of some of the highlights. Some of the big
Sure.
winners.
So we've got from all across industries, Tim. We have Quantum, which is one of the largest blockchain projects in the world that actually started at Draper University.
Really?
We have a company called Pretty Litter. So they actually make cat litter, and they're doing extremely well. So you have something from the blockchain space all the way to cat litter. We've got it all.
And the story I love is that Serbi Sarna, who created a fiber line that could go up the fallopian tube and detect whether you had cancer, and that had never been done before. She got very quick FDA approval and sold her business for $275 million, and now she's on our board.
We see that whole cycle from the very, very first class to their entire journey, and we're really proud to be part of that journey.
Terrific. Well, so of our 3 semifinalists, one of the 3 actually came from Draper University, and you'll have to figure out who that is.
Nice.
So we're going to dig deep now and really figure out which of these go on to the finals. And so we're quite excited about what we're about to see. So let's bring out these entrepreneurs, and we'll give them the 3rd degree.
Hi everyone, my name is Arjen, like Argentina without the Tina. I'm the founder and CEO of Wufi, a data science-driven marketing platform designed for small businesses and medium-sized companies. You know, up until he finally gave the word that we won, it was so nerve-wracking.
Whoa! It's Wufi. Congratulations. You're the big winner.
And now that we have 2 new judges on board, I think I'm going to be making a shorter pitch to get them on board and get them up to speed. But it's all about making sure that our mission is conveyed across, that we are for the entrepreneur and we want to help everyone around the world. That's something that I'm going to very much focus on. And also address the market. How much have we raised? What are we looking to raise? Things like that.
Now let's bring in our third contestant of this semi-final round, Arjen Ray of Wufi. We're going to give you the real hard grind now. Give these 3 a brief rundown of what Wufi does, and then we'll dig in with some questions.
Absolutely. Wufi is a data science-driven marketing platform designed for small businesses and medium-sized companies to finally take back the grunt work and the time suck that goes into coming up with the right copy, figuring out the right emojis, the right hashtags, and the images that will do really well based on data science. With 35 million data points on the back end and over 3,000 emojis, that's a lot of information to go through. We do it in milliseconds when the small business owner or creative marketer is looking for the optimum post.
So why is it that you feel you're the one who should go on to the finals?
It's a great question, Tim. Movements are based on hope. And that's been the theme of my life in the last 10 to 12 months. From finding a job, a full-time job, to make sure that my team could afford to continue on the project. And we shipped just a couple of weeks ago. We have traction, we have paying customers, and we have distribution partners as well lined up.
Do you have in sales in that short time?
So we made about
right?
just about 5 weeks, we made about $2,000 to $3,000, and we have about 30 customers and about 5 to 10% attrition.
My first business when I was like 19 was doing this for businesses, for small businesses. So is the goal to try to take people like the business that I have out of the equation and give this to the power to the small businesses? Or are you integrating that with the digital agencies that already do this?
We don't want to replace anyone. It's the Iron Man suit. It's the augmented version of a marketer. So if you do, X amount of work, this allows you to do 100 times more and be more efficient.
How is it different what Google or other platform already do?
Google is a search engine, and that allows you to find the information from all over the world. But what it doesn't allow you to do is come up with the right copy, and most importantly, it's not data science driven. There's not a lot of...
The Google Ads?
Google is a search engine.
I'm talking Google Ads. Yeah? The Google Ads, which is what the campaigns are.
Google Ads.
They have nothing but data science driven, nothing but. Yeah.
We're not in paid marketing. We're focusing on organic posting at the moment, but our customers are asking for us to do exactly what you're saying, is paid marketing after the fact. But currently, we're focusing on organic posting. When it comes to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, those are the kinds of efforts that we're making, we're currently focused on.
So why can't Hootsuite or somebody else do this? They already have the customers and the data.
Hootsuite is too big to really get out of its own way. But even if you take a look at a company like Salesforce, that is even bigger, they're really happy with the kinds of revenue that they're making and the kinds of technologies that they have in the pipeline. For us, we moved really fast in 10 months, and it's not something that they would focus on at the moment. But if they see if it catches on, then we could have a strategic conversation with them.
Or they will bury you.
How are you going to get the word out? How do you do your marketing?
Yeah, that's a great question. So Facebook groups have been our focus for the most part. We've identified in all the groups that we've been a part of over 100,000 potential users. And even a small percentage of that would mean a lot. We have a strategic partnership coming up in the next couple of weeks that would allow us to be in front of 850,000 potential B2B customers.
Are you using your own platform to find people organically?
We're using our own platform to schedule for sure.
No, but like finding people, because if your posts are that good, people should be finding you from your organic posts.
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's a great tool to find the right emojis when it comes to marketing speak, the right hashtags. We're trending in all of those ways. But our main goal is to help not ourselves, but every other entrepreneur around the world who so desperately needs a categorically new platform like this.
But if you're not helping yourself, how can you help someone else?
We'll help ourselves as well, but it's a part of everyone else who's watching.
Have you ever run an organization before?
I have. So I started my first venture when I was a teenager. It was an ad network. Then came to college and started an advertising agency focused on social media marketing. And then after that, raised a little bit of money in my sophomore year to build out a visual project management tool for advertising agencies. And that company went up to about 11 people, and we raised about $1 million by the end of college.
You've kind of got this serial entrepreneur in you. We're always looking for somebody who's completely dedicated to what it is they're doing and stick with it forever kind of thing. How can you convince us that that is the way you're going?
It's a great question. So about a year ago, when we had $12,000 in the bank, and I told our investors, this is a situation I've had to let go of a co-founder because of cultural misfit, and they said, well, you can shut the company down and we will invest in the next thing. I told them that no matter what happens, I will do whatever it takes to build this company, ship product, and get clients. Fast forward 10 to 12 months, we have exactly that. I put in about $160,000 of my own money into the company, all of our savings, all of our credit lines. And if that's the kind of person that you're looking at, is an entrepreneur that doesn't give up. And we finally did ship, and we are generating revenue now.
So what does this look like 10 or 20 years from now?
The next Salesforce, driven entirely by data science for every small and medium-sized company.
We're going to determine whether you go on to the finals, but even if you don't, the viewers can actually vote to get you into the finals. So for the crowdfund, can you look at that camera and tell them why they should invest with you and what you're going to be doing with the money?
Hi, everyone. The reason why you should invest in a company like Wufi is because it's built by an entrepreneur that is building a platform for people like you, the entrepreneurs of all around the world. And the way we will make sure that we use your money in the best way possible is by hiring the data scientists and the other engineers that we need to build out the platform and make sure that we're building a robust tool so that you have a fighting chance when it comes to digital marketing.
We're really excited that you came back on the show, and thanks, and congratulations, and thanks for being a part of Meet the Drapers.
Absolutely, thank you. It felt really good presenting our case, presenting our mission, and I think all the judges were able to understand where we were coming from. One of the things that Bill Draper says often is that you have to be very empathetic. The entrepreneur you're looking at has spent a lot of time while doing a full-time job, running the business, before hours and after hours. And finally, now that I'm full-time, we have product in the market, we have traction, we have revenue, we have customers. And now we just need better avenues of distribution, get this product into everyone's hands who so desperately needs this categorically new platform.
He pitched me, and that's my main concern, is who is running the show, how committed they are, how interesting and captivating they are, and he had it all.
To the same note, I think this is a resilient founder. This space is kind of crowded, like Ozra mentioned, Hootsuite, and all these other platforms that really help you do similar things, but I think they will figure it out.
Oh, I think there are people who are doing this much better. And if it's data science, then you already have much bigger companies that have access to those data sets to be better able to do this, like Google's getting into it. So now when you go and post an ad on Google, they actually tell you exactly what copy would work better, gives you suggestions and do all of that for you. I really like him. I just think this is not a problem he's made to solve in life.
I mean, as I said, decent entrepreneur, but this problem is going to get solved by someone who has much better data and just making your ad somehow.
See, I think the emojis are a wedge in. They get him in, and then he can start adding more services, and he'll get the influencers.
It's not a data science problem. It really is not. This is a very creative problem. I mean, people have been doing this who are very good at creating viral things, and data science tells you what happened, not what is going to happen. So you don't create the ad for tomorrow, you create the ad for yesterday.
Yeah, if something's very topical,
that's my point.
Right now, they're not going to catch it the next time.
Yeah.
So it's going to have to be for more consistent branding for somebody that they would use this.
Yeah.
If I were ever to invest in him, I would invest in him, the person that has been able to talk us into this as if it's something awesome.
What I'm going to ask each of you to do is come up with the winner of the three that you just saw. Might be tougher for you, Naveen.
Yes.
The three companies we saw were Wufi, Alpha, and All EBT. So, Asra, do you have a winner?
Yeah, Alpha.
How about you, Polly?
Yep, girls rule.
I'm with the girls.
Yep.
They certainly are going to have a great start.
I was torn only because EBT was what you said at the beginning. It's the thing that could impact the most people and change the world, and the other is about decorating walls. But it feels like it's so fledgling right now, I would be a little wary about putting money behind it.
I'm actually torn also, but it's between Alpha and Wufi. The Wufi business, I understand a little bit more just because of the first business I had was doing this for clients. And I think if he nails that experience and is able to get these digital agencies and digital marketers and small businesses that help other small businesses, if he nails that product, I think it could be big. There is a lot of competition, but at the end of the day, I believe in him, so it's going to be Wufi.
So you didn't see Alpha?
I didn't see it, but I think from what I'm hearing, I would have voted for all EBT. That's the problem worth solving. Someone should focus on it, even though it's not a root cause, but at least someone thinking right about helping people do better.
Normally, I just go straight to the crystal ball, but I think I need to sort of weigh in a little bit because I actually think that it's between Wufi and all EBT. Wufi, I think, could open up a whole new way of communicating, and I think that could be the future. And EBT, I think, could grow to be like all governments everywhere. Whereas, I mean, Alpha, two great women doing kind of interesting things, it is not tough to do. There is no barrier to entry there. So I am less inclined on Alpha. And so I guess we're just going to have to consult the crystal ball. Wufi, all EBT, Alpha. Wufi, EBT, Alpha.
I think Alpha is coming. I'm seeing it.
Yeah, he likes saying it.
I like saying it, but
I think he's going to sleep.
I think they are. Okay, we're going with all EBT. It's a big surprise for all of us, but I think that's where we're going.
I like hearing that.
I think GovTech changes everything. I think it is ripe for the picking. It's a big market. You know, the entrepreneur, he's got potential. He's been to DU, so that's good news. At least he's had that training. And he stole your sleeping bag.
He stole your sleeping bag.
For his team.
That story was just a little, I wasn't sure what the moral of that story was, but whatever. 4 people got warm because one person froze to death. Yeah, but he's still alive. The authority figure froze to death.
If the viewers out there wanted Alpha or they wanted Wufi, they can vote to get them into the finals. They can also invest in all those companies. It is in your hands as to what happens here at Meet the Drapers. So thank you all for watching. This was another great show, and we're going to see you next week on Meet the Drapers!
When Satoshi Nakamoto made a token perfecto.
We adopted him the last time. By the way, you were all adopted now.
Yeah.
We're all Drapers.
Yeah.
Welcome to the family.
I'll change my Twitter.
One Draper.
I'm waiting for the will. I'm waiting for the new will for you to amend your will now.
There won't be much left there. Don't worry about it.
Our minds made the banks look funny. He kept his head down. He stayed in the dark. Never know if it was planned or a lark. But the world past Satoshi forever changed. Whether his origin block is lost or unclaimed. The world is right banker, shock bureaucrat.